Good evening. Sorry about the extreme close up. I think it's kind of funny once in a while. Okay, let's start with the exercise. We'll do some pull ups today. Kind of difficult exercise, really. Ah, okay. Yeah. This is the most difficult one that we do because it uses full body weight, which is very important. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. It's hard. Okay. It's so important that you should be able to lift up your entire body with two hands, okay? Because there are situations, like life and death situation, uh, that require that, okay? If you're, for example, if you're on a cliff, you have to crawl out of the cliff, right? Like cliffhanger. So, okay, so it's so important, all right? So, oh, wow. Ah, ah, ha. Finally. Whew. Whew. I think I can take this off. Wow. Ah. Ah. All right, we'll take 5 minutes break, okay? Wow. Whew. 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 Ah. Mm. Okay. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It just come too shining. It's too bright. So, all right. Uh, so yeah, happy Wednesday and Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So today is Tuesday. So yeah, happy Tuesday, everybody. And so nowadays I'm kind of taking a break from this economics writing. So what I did instead was, you remember the humanology one book? I realized there are some graphical errors there. So I didn't know back then. Realized a lot of diagrams were chopped off between overhanging between two pages. So I had to redo that and just resubmit it. Correction. Okay. Oh, that took a long time. Okay. So, but it's done. So basically, the collection of something like 5 papers written last year. Okay. So that one took a long time. Oh, but it's done. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's talk about economics a little bit. Okay. So I'm still kind of brainstorming. I'm not ready to write economics yet. So you're kind of nowadays just going back to the basic, right? Yeah, staring at the transactional demand curve and whatnot. Okay, uh, let me put back on that chart. So yeah, happy Tuesday. How was your day? I hope you have a very nice one. Uh, yeah, mine was good. Yeah, beautiful weather. It's been snowing for past 2 weeks, but finally the sun is up, so that's good. And daylight is getting longer and longer. Yeah, springtime is coming. It's getting warmer too, so yeah, great weather. Okay, all right. So let's grab the whiteboard and think about some more. Um, Organize our thoughts. So, uh, some couple more points, okay, and then we'll talk about some other stuff like history, okay? Okay. I think it's time to clean this camera lens a little bit. Just with toilet paper and okay. I love toilet paper. It's so versatile, so useful. Anyway, so the transactional demand curve, isn't it pretty back there, right? It looks like almost like neon sign. Very pretty. Let me refill my vodka real quick. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, just some couple more points. Okay, we're almost done with this. Um, so from here to here, there's definitely voluntary consumer who want this pasta, including the people who get it for free. But is it really free? Who come? If I'm handing out the pasta for free in my restaurant, okay, people who come to my restaurant to get this free pasta, actually they are paying with gas money and their time. So even if they get it for free, it's not free for them. So we have to account for that. Gas money and the time money. Okay. So if gas money is $10, $5 one round each. Okay. Then $10 will be round trip gas money for me to them. Okay. And if some other people demand some more, $10 more for their time money, driving time, waiting time, and then driving back time. Okay. Let's say $10 per hour. Okay. Yeah, so I give them $20. Then they will come. Okay, more people will come. So, uh, but they are still all voluntary consumers because they want my pasta. Although I have to pay them, bribe them, right? Yeah, so those people, gas people and gas plus time people, maybe they are like quasi voluntary consumers. Okay, and then there are more people, physical objectors. They don't like my pasta, but if I give them more money, let's say I give them $10 more, so $30 total. I'm bribing them to come and get this free pasta dish from my restaurant. Okay, then they will come, but they're not gonna eat it. They're gonna give it to their cat, dog, neighbors, friends, or homeless people, or they just trash it in their house. Okay, So they are the involuntary consumers, but they're still bribable. And then finally, you have metaphysical objectors. They are non-consumers. No matter how much I'm willing to give them, they will not come to my restaurant. Why? Because maybe political, ideological, religious objection to my restaurant. People will serve meat, and maybe they're vegetarians or something. Okay, so okay, yeah, metaphysical objectors. Okay, so there's no buying them out. Okay, so no matter how much pasta do I make here, it will go to waste. Also, if I drive down the price, they're not coming. No more people will come. Okay, yeah. So that's that. Okay. So that's the basic. And when it comes to like, oversupply situation, undersupply situation, then you price go like down. If you oversupply, if you make more pasta, you have a choice. Are you gonna trash it or are you gonna decrease the price so that all the pasta you make still get sold? Right? Undersupply situation. Okay? When the demand is fixed, volitional demand is fixed. Undersupply situation, yeah, you can increase the price, or but price will go up anyway. Why? Because you are making less pasta than at this price. You're making less pasta than people want at this price, so they'll wait in line. So they'll pay with their time. Unless you increase the price, then they will pay with their money. Huh? Yeah, yeah. So that's that. But that we'll talk about that some other time because there's another topic. All right, like delta D is equal to delta P plus delta S. Right? If demand is increases, volitional demand increases at the same price level, then either you increase the price or increase the supply level to meet the heightened demand, increased demand. Okay. I mean, you cannot quite add two things at the same time in one equation. You price unit dollar and quantity unit number, right? They're two different mathematical entities using different units. So it is mathematically wrong to add those two numbers because they are different units. Okay, but it's more conceptual equation. Delta D is equal to delta P plus delta S. Okay, and because that's a long subject matter, we're gonna do it some other time, another time, because I have plenty enough to write about, and I think I'm ready to write again. Maybe tomorrow evening I will restart writing this. Because I feel ready now. Okay. Okay. Well, there's some other examples we can talk about here. Okay. In Hollywood, in my experience, uh, mostly startup actors they act for free. Okay, like community theaters in Los Angeles, not just Hollywood, in this town as well, in the valley, in Alaska. Yeah, we have community theaters. I asked them, "Do you get paid?" They said no. Actors, yeah, in community theaters, they're volunteers because acting is fun. Okay, there are enough actors who would be willing to act for free in community theater or student films. Okay, because people love acting. Acting is fun. It's very therapeutic too. It's a great hobby. Okay, so but in Hollywood, uh, because there's so many actors, oversupply situation, so price go negative. Okay, and more transaction happens. That's what's called casting workshops. if there is a movie project, they post audition in some online actors audition website to advertise this audition, time and space, right? Time and place. So actors come and for like 5-10 minutes they act monologue or whatever the directors ask us to do. Right? Typically it's monologue. Okay, we prepare, memorize, right? Sometimes they assign us, yeah, memorize this monologue. Other times we bring our own monologue. What I did, I wrote my own monologue most of the times. Okay, because I like writing too. Right? Yeah. So we don't get paid for audition, of course, right? But that kind of audition is free. They don't pay us, we don't pay them. But because there are too many actors in Hollywood, oversupply situation. So they have what's called casting workshop. What it is it's an audition for casting directors, but without any project going on. So actors pay to casting directors in order to act, do some monologue audition in front of them for like 5-10 minutes. Okay, actors are paying for casting directors' time to see them act. Okay, so that's the negative press situation. Okay, huh? Yeah, gas plus time money, gas money, time money. Okay, so that's what actors are paying in order to act in front of casting directors. Okay, all right, we take 5 minutes. Okay, we make some examples here. Okay, so, okay, so here volitional demand curve is this horizontal line. This is number of people who want who just want this pasta. That's the volitional demand curve. It's horizontal line, flat line. Okay. There's a number of people who want this pasta. Period. Okay. In a given time, Yeah, it is flat line. Okay, but in time, of course, there's changes. But we are not doing dynamics here. We are doing statistics first. Time dimension it will be the z-axis. Okay, it will be spectacular. Okay, if some people some come up with some computer program, right, and then visualize in three-dimensional way how volitional demand changes over time. Okay, yeah, it'll be cool. Okay, but you will have to be three-dimensional. Okay, but 3D graphics software they're already there. So but it's just still frame frozen in time statics. That's a lot easier. Okay, so one step at a time. Okay, so um, given time, yeah, volitional demand is fixed. Number of people who want my pasta in a given time. Okay, and of course, supply and demand is like speed, right? Let's say 40 pastas per day produced, 38 pasta dish per day sold. Okay, but you cannot sell more than you produce, right? So under supply situation, so I produce 40 pastas per day, but 41st customer, he will have to go empty-handed because I just don't have any more pasta to sell. Okay, so that's under supply situation. Now, oversupply situation, I make 40 pasta a day, but so the speed of production, okay? And if only 38 customers came, so what do I do with two pasta dish? Maybe I have a pig farm at the back lot of this restaurant. Pig farm. Then I feed to the pigs and some leftover food, right? Yeah, I would not go let it go to waste. Some leftover food, yeah, feed it to the pigs. What do we do with these pigs? We use them. We harvest them. Okay, yeah. To make more pasta, pork pasta. Okay, so giving you some business idea. Okay, I love pork. It just tastes so good. In my opinion, I think I like pork better than beef. All right, I think I like pork better than beef. It's just amazing. Pork meat, if it's properly salted. The last time I cooked pork, I used Thailand fish sauce and Chinese soybean sauce. It could have been Japanese soybean sauce. I don't know, but it was amazing. Okay, it was good. Okay, so yeah, acting market, right? Entertainment market. We talk about that. Okay, so how about some other situation like uh, Great Depression, okay? Stock market. Yeah. Well, that's next day. I mean, next episode. Okay, because I'm some another episode. It has to do with like the volitional demand going up and down. Okay, so that's different situation. Okay, so yeah, you will need one more transactional demand curve. Okay, the transactional demand curve is this. Okay, it's a still frame. We fixed the volitional demand, number of people who want to eat this pasta. Okay, given that fixed number of people who want this pasta, volitional demand curve is fixed. Okay, now you vary the price. If you decrease the price, then more people out of this fixed volitional demand number of people, some subset of that people will buy this pasta. That's the transactional demand curve. Okay, the kind of demand, volitional demand, some subset of that end up in transaction. The number of people who end up buying this pasta or getting this pasta, okay? And surprisingly, okay, it's kind of new to me too, okay? Transactional demand curve, transactional demand can exceed volitional demand. Because some people are bribable. They'll take my pasta, the transaction will happen. They will take my pasta and go home with it if I give them money, if I bribe them, okay? So those are the involuntary consumers. So transactional demand surprisingly, which is equal to transactional supply as well, okay? It can exceed volitional demand, okay? It's kind of brand new to me too, okay? So how about some other kinds of markets? We can do some PG sorting material, okay, in entertainment industry. Okay, there's what's called casting couch. Yeah, we're talking about Harvey Weinstein, Mr. Harvey Weinstein, and some others, right? Me Too movement, casting couch. It's actresses, female actresses, and models sleeping with Hollywood executives, directors, just casting couch to get this role in a movie. Okay, it's the extension, well, no pun intended, extension of this negative price. Okay, yeah, they're paying a lot. Their self-esteem, their chastity, okay, their future reputation, okay, they're paying with their chastity, reputation, uh, to get this job. Okay. It's not just in entertainment business. In any business, it happens. It has happened. Right? Unfortunately, it has happened. Okay. To get some promotion in some big companies, sleeping with their male superiors as a female employee, that has happened. Okay, not just entertainment industry, some other industry too. It has some semblance of prostitution. Okay, so but it has happened. Okay, but because we are adults and we are scientists, we have to mention it. Okay, because it's history. It has happened. It's a fact. Okay, and we are adults. Okay? Yeah, so we should not hesitate too much about talking about PG sorting material because it's part of the world, part of the history, and they are facts. Okay, so as scientists, yeah, we have to talk about it. Yeah. Okay? All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about making you uncomfortable, but hey, welcome to humanology. Anything goes. Okay, we don't have time for political correctness. Okay, yeah, we are sorry those things happened, but it happened, and it's part of the world, part of the history. So we talk about it. Okay, so we take 5 minutes break. Okay, so I need some vocal rest. So. Okay. Okay, so uh, this is humanological economics, all right? So that's why we are very all encompassing. Okay, we are ambitious. We see the big picture, small picture. We do it all. Okay, so we talked about entertainment market. Yeah, it's part and parcel of labor market, job market. Okay, so now well, I'm a lawyer. Okay, let's talk about lawyer market. Well, before that, I was a computer programmer. Let's talk about computer programmer job market. Okay, so uh, I was in Madison, Wisconsin, majoring computer science between 1997 to 2004. 7 years. It took me 7 years to finish my 4 year college. Supposed to be 4 year college, but took me 3 more years. Okay. Why? Because my English was not good enough. So I was in and out of school. Okay. It was tough. Okay. It was not easy to learn English because it's very different from Korean. That's my native language. Okay. Yeah, I'm Korean American. Okay. So it was tough. Okay. Yeah. That was like 25 years ago. Okay. I'm 42 years old. Okay. So, yeah. So it was dot-com bubble era during President Bill Clinton. Okay. Yeah. Software industry. Okay. So uh, IT, information technology. Okay. Computer programming. All right. So why did I decide to major in computer science? Because it was something very new to me. Okay. Before that, I originally applied to electrical engineering major. Okay. But I realized that I bought the textbook, electrical engineering, too much calculus there. So I said, oh, no, no, no more calculus, please. Calculus, yeah, I did too much already in Seoul, South Korea when I was in high school. Okay. So, but computer science major, I didn't know too much about computers. I didn't know how to program. Okay. I didn't even know how to turn on the IBM PC machine. Okay. I was like, where's the button? Okay. So I did not know how to use Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel. What you have Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Flash. I took classes. There's in Madison, Wisconsin University, very good school. Okay, so they offered us students some free classes. We don't get credit for it, but to help us out, yeah, some free classes. I took it. Okay, Microsoft Word, Excel, Flash, Adobe, Photoshop. Okay, I took all of those classes. Illustrators. Okay, Adobe Illustrator, also Adobe Dreamweaver, some website, so creating software, okay, all that stuff, create software, okay, so yeah, I learned that stuff also. I also learned how to make music in computer, okay. Those are all free classes, off hours, okay. Yeah, we didn't get any credit for that, but it was free class for us, registered students, so I learned all that stuff, okay. How to make music in computer, musical software. What software did they use? I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Try to remember. Some musical software. Okay. But some layered approach, like Johann Sebastian Bach, right? Layered approach in music composition. Okay. I learned that stuff. Okay. So it was cool. Yeah. So also mathematics and computer science major. Yeah, just 3 semesters of calculus. That's it. Okay. But first and second semester, I passed by exam. Okay, I had a mathematical language, so not much English knowledge needed. So I passed, took the exams and passed. Okay, first and second semester, calculus. Third semester, I had to take it because then vector calculus, and Green theorem, Stokes theorem, Carl divergence. It was new to me. Okay, so I had to take that class. Okay, I wanted to skip it, but I couldn't. Okay, but after that, computer science major, we are required to take one introductory statistics class, one combinatorics class, and one linear algebra matrix class. Okay, that was it. No more calculus needed. Okay, calculus for advanced mathematics for engineers or differential equation. We do not have to take those classes. Yes. I didn't want to. Okay, but later on, I did some audit in Cornell University differential equation, and that was very helpful. It was cool. Okay, just auditing. Okay, meaning attend the class. We don't have to do homework. We don't have to take exam. Okay, so but it was helpful. Advanced mathematics for engineers. I bought the textbook. Okay, I studied a little bit. Okay, like Fourier analysis. Okay, and some others. Yeah, it was fascinating, but I'm vaguely familiar with it because I studied just a little bit on my own. Okay, yeah, but didn't go very far. Yeah. So during the dot-com bubble, okay, yeah, computer programming industry, right? Huge demand, but after that, the bubble subsided. Okay, so it's oversupply situation. Okay, so computer programmers, they used to make a lot of money, but because they made a lot of money, there's a lot of college students majoring in computer science. Okay, so the price level went down. Okay, is this okay? Uh, Oversupply situation. Okay, to stay in this fixed demand, right? Oversupply situation, yeah, lower price. Okay, to stay in this line. Okay, if the demand level is fixed. Okay, variational demand. And now I'm a lawyer. Okay, yeah, so many people want to be a lawyer, so oversupply situation depresses the price because this society in America or anywhere in the world, they have only fixed amount of number of people that demand the number of people to run this society as a computer programmer, as a lawyer. Okay? If too many people want to be computer programmer or too many people want to be lawyers, well, it will depress the price. Okay. So, huh? Yeah. The same principle, okay? I mean, if I overproduce pasta, I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want to trash my pasta. I mean, I would love to feed to my pigs because I love my pigs, okay, if I had one. Okay. But I don't want to waste it, okay, so I decrease the price so that this pasta I produced, cooked, would get sold, okay? So, yeah, but there's pasta market, restaurateur, okay? Restaurateur, okay? But in labor market, it's same situation, okay? Acting entertainment market, okay? Labor market, job market, okay? Too many people have this job skill as an actor, actress, model. They have all qualification. They do diet and exercise. They didn't graduate. They're young, right? Computer programmers, lawyers, okay. Yeah, we have college graduates. We JD, whatever, okay. Bachelor of Science, okay. We are skilled people, educated. We have job skill, but if there are too many of us and there are finite number of jobs, finite number of demand, it's like you have one pie and you have to divide multiple times of this pie. So if there are too many mouths to feed, then the amount of pie that one person gets will decrease. Okay? Say you have pizza pie. I love pizza, okay, but I don't eat it very often. I eat pizza like once a year, right? So I have to watch my weight, right? Because I'm 42 years old. Back in the days, ate pizza all the time, okay? Because I was young. High metabolism. Nowadays, I'm 42 years old, so slow metabolism, okay? I have to watch what I eat, okay? So yeah, but yeah, pizza, okay? If there are two people, they get half of the pizza pie, okay? If there are three people, they get one third. If there are 10 people, then they get 1/10 of this pizza pie. Right? Yeah. So there's this finite number of dollars dedicated to computer programming industry or lawyer industry. Okay. If there are more computer programmers, more lawyers, they will get smaller piece of pie, smaller piece of pizza. It's like density concept. Okay. In physics. Yeah. What is density? Mass over volume. The volume increases, mass is fixed, so density dilutes. Same thing happens in stock market too. Dividends, corporations. Okay, so stockholders they always oppose issuing brand new stocks. Okay, because it will dilute the stock dividend. Okay, don't issue more stocks. Okay, if you issue more stocks, we get less dividends. The stock dilution. Okay, they oppose that. Okay, so yeah, it's same principle. Okay, so and it can be explained in the same curve. Okay, oversupply situation, you have to decrease the price to feed more mouths. Right, the same principle. Okay, so there's all yeah. This is very simple curve. It's a Z curve. Okay, it's not S curve as there's like sinusoidal. I mean, I not no sigmoid function. Sinusoidal, that's sine function, periodic function. We are not doing that. Okay. Yeah, sigmoid function, that S function, but we flip it. Okay. There's Z function. Okay. So, it explains many different things. Okay. So this economics paper, it might exist 100 pages. Okay. Because there's just so much to it. Okay. So, yeah. So we'll take time. Okay. We're not in a rush. All right. We'll take time. It may take more than 2 months. All right, that's fine. We have time. Okay? I'm in Alaska. Okay, so we have time. All right, we take it nice and easy. We take 5 minutes break. Okay. All right. As you can see, I can't get drunk. All right. All right. Okay, so uh, yeah, this curve, yeah, there's so much into it. So I mean, it will take maybe one more month. I think it will take 2 months. Okay, maybe one more month. Okay. Uh, so moral of the story is this. All right, when the violation of demand is fixed, all right, and you still have variation in transactional demand. When violational demand is fixed, transactional demand is still, you can move up and down this curve. Okay, so it's still flat Earth hypothesis, but whenever if we vary the demographics of disposable income, it could be pyramid shape or this bell curve. It's pretty much the same thing. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, it takes this shape. It could be curved, right? Parabolic shape, or it could be sigmoid function, but it's good approximation and it's simpler to analyze. Okay, that's why we stick with this flat Earth hypothesis. Okay, flat curve of demographics. Okay, so some other variations. If you talk about in this paper, bell curve or pyramid curve of this demographics, yeah, we'll talk about it just a little bit, but the details we leave it to the future generation. Okay, why? Because we don't have time to go over it. Okay, let's leave something for the future generation to figure it out. Okay, because we gotta move on. Right. After this economics paper, we have to talk about climate change. You're busy, all right? Yeah, we cannot assign too much time in one topic alone because we are generalists. Economics is one of many things we are interested in, right? So, yeah, we might get back to this, okay, later on, maybe 10 years later, okay, yeah, whatever. We have to keep moving, okay. Yeah, we're kind of nomadic tribe right back in the days, okay, so, okay. So we talked about job market, okay, is computer program market, or lawyer market, entertainers market, it's all the same. Any other job market is all the same, okay, so, okay, all right. And so that's this one chapter, all right, just explaining this fixed volitional demand curve. Okay, under that you have, and also somewhere sometimes over that you have spanning this transactional demand curve. But it's fixed. We fixed the volitional demand curve. But later on, the next chapter will be about volitional demand curve changing. Okay, this pasta dish through word of mouth. Okay, in time, more people want it. Okay, then it will be uplifting of this transaction demand curve. Okay, and if this pasta restaurant become unpopular, then violation of demand curve, which is horizontal, it will downshift, and so will transition demand curve. It will parallel shift, downshift. Okay, we will talk about that in next chapter. Okay, David next week. Okay, because there's a lot to it, right? And they will introduce this equation later on next week. Okay, we'll derive it formally, quasi formally. Okay, yeah. Okay, if you flip it, okay, sorry. When I was editing this humanology one book PDF, okay, I made some of them with those typographical errors. I had to correct it. Okay, I was like proofreading. All right, such a mechanical process. I by mistake I switched index one and index two in some mathematical equation. Okay, I had to correct that. But it happens. Mistakes are made. Okay. Can you tell me if you want to? Okay. If you don't want to, no worries. Okay. What's the slope of this transaction demand curve conceptually? I give you 1 minute. Okay. What's the slope of in concept? What does this slope means in transaction demand curve? Yeah, please express in English. One sentence. I give you 1 minute if you want to. Okay. Yeah. So why was come here in humanology unprepared? I go get my water, go get my drinks, go get my chair. Why am I come unprepared? Well, because I cannot wait until we do this. Okay, so I'm also relaxed because I do this after work. After a day of work is done, I come home. Right, I'm relaxed. Yes, that's why. It's no sign of disrespect. No, I'm just relaxed. We are relaxed. Okay, we are not in mission. No, doing this as a hobby, pro bono, volunteerism. We're very relaxed here. Kind of free floating. Okay, amorphous. Okay. Okay. I give you 1 minute. Okay, so yeah, the slope of this transaction demand curve corresponds to conceptually the consumer sensitivity to the price. If the slope is very steep, $1 difference, all of a sudden demand drops. If I decrease $1, all of a sudden demand increases sharply. This the consumer sensitivity toward the price. Okay, or inverse consumer loyalty. Okay, if this slope is very steep, it means consumers are very disloyal to this pasta product. Okay, but they're sensitive, very sensitive about the price level. But if this slope is very slow, that means higher consumer loyalty and higher insensitivity. Okay, so sensitivity and loyalty, they're inversely proportional. Okay, so no matter what the price is, yeah, I still buy it. Okay, just very insensitive about price and very loyal to this product. Okay, and it corresponds to product quality. Or if it's a good product, consumers they don't care too much about price. Okay, they buy it anyway. All right, consumer loyalty proportional to consumer. I mean, producers products quality. Okay, proportional, but sensitivity in inversely proportional. Okay, so that's what this slope means. Okay, yeah, I write about it. Okay, there's a lot to this. It's very simple curve, right? Yeah, we are still assuming this flat Earth hypothesis where in each bracket, each income level, same number of people, flat Earth hypothesis, flat demographic curve, low income, middle income, high income, same number of people, okay? Then, but still, there's a lot to it, okay? And we'll next chapter will introduce pyramidal demographic curve where low income family, a lot of people there, middle income family, smaller number, high income family, smaller number. It's a kind of pyramid shape, triangular, okay? And we introduced this Walmart principle by Sam Walton, okay? Yeah, you integrate that, you'll be parabolic curve, and the price maximization, I mean, profit maximization point to be slightly less than one half. So it's kind of proof of Sam Walton principle. Okay, so decrease the price, you maximize your profit. Okay, But in bell curve distribution, okay, yeah, profit maximization point will be in the middle. Yeah, that would be my guess, and we'll formally mathematically prove that. Okay, or disprove it, whatever. Okay, my guess is it happened in the middle. Okay, but flat Earth hypothesis, yeah, it happened in the middle. Okay, we'll go through all that stuff like next week or next week. Yeah, it's just this economics paper. It might take more than 1 month to complete, right? Yeah. There's a lot to it. Okay. And we can talk about romance market too, dating scene, right? How about friendship market, political market, ideological market? Okay. Yeah, we're experiencing scope creeping, right? Yeah, but we'll take time, okay? We take it slow. Okay, no problem. All right, we'll take 5 minutes break. I'm cooking my dinner now. All right, what's in the dinner menu? Is rotisserie chicken leftover, and I put some water in there and some vegetables in there. Okay, so in the microwave, right? But chicken skin, it was too scorched. It became too like bitter when chicken skin get overcooked. Okay, yeah, it's no longer edible. Okay, so I skim it off. Okay, but the meat itself and bones and cartilage, no problem. Okay, but chicken skin, yeah, I don't eat it. You get too dry and too burnt. Right? But yeah, so that's what's in the dinner menu. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, and then we put this away. Right, and then we talk about some history. I'm a huge fan of archaeology, anthropology, history. Okay, we talk about that. Okay, so I read some in my spare time. Okay, fascinating human history. Right. Okay, huge fan human history. Yeah. Okay. Okay, history time. Story time. Uh, in my spare time, yeah, I took the liberty of reading about this American history back in 1600s, late 1600s. So it's before America became independent of British Empire. Okay, like 1692. Does that ring a bell? If you are conversant in American history, 1692. It was a very sad chapter in American history. 1692, where Massachusetts. 1692 AD in Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah. Does that ring a bell? If you're conversant about American history, you probably know, okay. But it was kind of new to me, okay, so I didn't know. It was a witch hunt. Yeah, Salem witch trials, okay, in Massachusetts. And Harvard University was kind of related to that. Harvard University, okay. And Protestants persecuting Catholics. They were white people, okay. And there's some ethnics there too, okay. Some slavery, okay. But it was mostly white people picking on white people, okay. So what the witch hunt in America was about It was that trend, okay, witch huntism back in 1600s in America and also in Europe, like England, Germany, okay, continental also England, also in America, 1600s. It was the mainstream thing, witch hunt. All right, what do they do? What did they do? They accuse of these ladies of being a witch. So bogus lies, made up, trumped up charges, purely fictional. Okay, it's bullism. We understand it's copium predation, right? Yeah. So white people on white people picking on, bullying upon each other mostly. Okay, so they just accuse these innocent ladies of being a witch, right? And they hired, the way I see it, they hired some children, some teenagers, okay? And they fed into these stories, okay? I'm sure they pay them, right? To make lies about this lady, mostly like 90% ladies, witch hunt. 10% of them are males too, okay? Some wizardry, witchcraft, okay? So they feed lies to these children, teenagers, okay? So that they lie in court, like ecclesiastical court, like church court. Back in 1600s, uh, Catholic Church or Protestant Church were kind of part of government, right? So they pay these children to lie about this one particular female or male to accuse that person to be a witch or wizard. So I guess it was conspiracy to eliminate their political or business competitors, right? Or to get rid of these nuisance people like homeless people, beggars, right? Trumped up charges, okay? Yeah, some church court. They accuse these innocent men and women, women and men, mostly women, okay? Yeah, there's some sexism, there's some racism, all right? And there's also some Protestants against Catholics in America, 1600s, okay? America in 1600s mostly Protestants, okay? So they persecuted Catholics in America, Irish Catholics mostly. In New England, like you talk about New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Upper North, New England, West. I mean, Upper East America, Ivy League place. Okay? They persecuted Catholics. Okay, just like Protestants were persecuted in Europe. Catholics in Europe, they persecuted Protestants, Lutheran, Calvinian, right? So they came to America. So in America, North America, okay, Canada, United States, America, back in 1600s, there were more Protestants, but there were some Catholics, okay. Now Catholics are minority, okay, so they persecuted Catholics. So Protestants, Catholics, they're pretty much the same bad people, okay. Just like Republicans and Democrats, they're both bad people, okay. So they become minority, right? 1600s, New England, Northeast America, like we are talking about Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York, whatever, New Hampshire, whatever, okay. Ivy League place, okay. They start persecuting minority Catholics. Alright, so there was part of this witchcraft, witch hunting, Salem witch trial in Massachusetts you know about Boston. Okay, so very sad chapter in American history. Okay, 1600s. Give me a second. Some social media. Mm. Yeah, I'm not doing Facebook because I got some other social media. Okay, so Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Okay, so anyways, I mean human knowledge we understand. Okay, this copium transfer, copium taking, revolution. Yeah, copium take back, right? And some other cases like yeah, it's just copium harvesting, copium predation. Okay, they become minority. Okay, yeah. So I guess the founders, foundational members of U.S. Constitution, okay, you have James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. You have what's that guy? This whoever, yeah, John Adams or Quincy Adams or whatever, like Quincy Jones. I don't know. I guess Quincy Jones is a Motown guy. Was it? Yeah. So whatever this foundational member of U.S. Constitution. Okay, so I guess it kind of worked. Okay, look, am I a witch? Well, I'm not a witch because I'm a man. I'm not a woman. Maybe am I a wizard? Do I practice witchcraft? Maybe I do. Okay, a human series. Okay, maybe I'm drinking alcohol. I'm smoking cigarette. Okay, maybe I'm a wizard. But whatever. But at least I'm not being accused of witchcraft, right? Yeah, maybe America is getting better. Okay, I mean, I am anti-LGBTist. I oppose LGBTism, tattoo piercism, sugar fetishism, obesitism, marijuanaism. I oppose that. I express that, right? But nobody is putting me in jail, trying to give me death sentence. Okay, but back in the days in America, it was like that, 1600s, 400 years ago. Okay, and they did die. It was a big surprise. Okay, back in 1600s in America, in church, in court of law, they executed innocent people. Some of them low class, middle class, high class. Okay, so they come up with these trumped up charges. If they're high class ladies, they wanted to take her land, right? So bribe some children to tell before this Christian, Protestant, church, court, 1600s in America. Yeah, they will feed these stories to the children, teenagers, and make them tell to the court, to the church, Protestant church. Hey! Oh yeah, there's this lady, and he may put a magical spell on me. She's a witch. I saw her in my dream. She's like with this needle poking on me. I was like, ah! She's a witch! And the church and the court of law, they said yes. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, we believe this story of this innocent child, teenager, okay. Yeah, so she's a witch. he's a wizard, evil, satanic, which shall sentence them to death, and they hung them on a tree. It's white people picking on white people. It has nothing to do with the race. Okay, white people persecuting, bullying upon another white people. Okay, so it happened in Salem witch trial. Salem witch trial. Okay, so it's white people pick on another white people. Okay, so there was like so it has nothing to do with racism. Okay, white people pick on white people, but there's some sexism there because mostly it was females who got picked on. 1600 AD, Massachusetts, America. It was shocking, shocking. There was something else. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of Christianity. Okay, Catholicism, Protestantism, Bible, but they were misused. Good ideologies like Christianity, Catholicism, Protestantism, it can be misused and abused when it combined with violence. Yeah, they kill innocent people, right? How about humanology? I hope it does not go down that way. Okay, humanology is a good ideology. Okay, but it is possible in the future, 100 years later, it get misused, abused, and combined with violence. Okay, I hope that never happens. Okay, how about Confucianism, Buddhism, Islamism? Okay, yeah, it they combine with violence and they did kill innocent people. Okay, so good ideology, it can be combined with violence. It can get polluted and end up killing innocent people. Okay, so Mr. Jesus Christ said, you can tell the tree by its fruit, right? Yeah. If this tree bear good fruit, it's a good tree. If this tree bears some toxic, evil fruit, it's a bad tree. But Mr. Jesus' Christianity, like Catholicism, later on Protestantism, okay, they ended up, both of them, Catholicism, Protestantism, they both ended up killing innocent people. All right, so there's the disproof counterexample of what Jesus said. Even good ideology can bear bad fruit that end up killing innocent people. Look at witchcraft, Salem witch trial. They are Protestantism, more evolved than Catholicism of medieval Europe, right? They came from Europe to America to escape from religious persecution from Europe to America. Okay. And what did they end up happening? Yeah, it's same old stuff. They persecute Catholic minority in New England, all right, condemning them to be witches just just because they disagree, right? Preying upon these low class people high class people because they're Catholics or they want to take upon their land, right? Protestants no better than Catholics. Okay. Back in 1600s in Massachusetts, okay, they're no better than Catholics. Okay, as humanologists, we understand. Okay, yeah, copium predation. Okay, yeah, Catholics, Protestants, or Democrats, Republicans. It doesn't matter. Okay, blacks and whites. It doesn't matter. It's just people picking on each other. Okay, so we understand that. Okay, yeah, but what we object is what we oppose is we want people to be more like saints, more like gods, okay? Not like animals, picking on each other. We all do that. Yeah, people are people. We all do that stuff. We are part animals too. But what the ideology concept we promote is self-discipline. Okay? Help the poor. Okay, help the poor. If somebody's higher than us, yeah, let's not be jealous. Okay, yeah, let's be peaceful, law abiding. Okay, bide our time. Alright. If there are problems, let's solve it together. Peace. Alright. No violence. No. We can kick and punch in the air, right? But we cannot kick animals or plants or people. No. I mean, animals and plants, we harvest them. Okay? But we cannot commit violence on people. We are humanists. That's why we call this series humanology series. We are humanists. We are humane, right? Animals and plants, yeah, we can harvest them, okay. But we want to be humane about it, okay. We are more focused and emphasized with knowledge. Let's learn from the past, the dead people. Some obscure region in northwest China, Himalaya mountain, Gobi Desert, Taklamakan Desert, right? Because life is so harsh. Because there's no rain, no water, desert. That's what really fascinates me. Hard life, discipline, desert environment. In America, you have Mojave Desert and some others. Okay. When I made this movie, Self-Phobia, I went to Mojave Desert for a good reason. I was fascinated by this hard life, dry, hot environment, Mojave Desert. And it was so beautiful. Hot, dry. There's nobody else. Therapy for mental family isn't good, okay? Now I'm in Alaska. Why? It's not hot, it's cold. Okay, but it's not dry, it's wet. In Alaska, it snows, it rains, okay? And it's not hot, it's very cold, okay? I love people, but at the same time, I want to have some space. So, yeah, some quietness as a scholar, secular scholar, private academic, okay? I can focus on my learning, teaching, right? That's one of the reasons I came to Alaska. Because I want to be remembered in history, in contemporary year 2021. It's not necessary that I get remembered. Alright? Yeah, I love attention, but my higher goal is I get remembered after I'm dead. After I'm dead for thousands of years. Like Mozart, Bach, Jesus, Confucius, Buddha, Gautama Siddhartha, or Muhammad Allah, or the Beatles, the Beach Boys, okay? We get remembered for thousands and thousands of years. That's what I'm after. Eternal fame, right? Now, back in Massachusetts, Salem witch trial, okay? Some of their names are in Wikipedia. I read them, okay? Their biography, okay? They're in heaven, right? Why? In humanological interpretation of this, okay? Maybe posthumous paradise is the fame, okay? So many ladies and a few men died in this witchcraft, witch hunting, Salem witch trial, Massachusetts, 1600 AD. Maybe unless this witch trial happened, perhaps they would have been forgotten. But they were innocent, right? And they were executed in this bogus trial in Christian Protestant church in court of law in America, late 1600 America, okay, AD. They died innocent, but their names are remembered. Their biography, as much as historians can get in Wikipedia, permanently. Okay, so their names will last forever in encyclopedia, Wikipedia, in books, novels, movies, right? Yeah, some memorials, some bench with their plaque name on it. Okay, so that's one interpretation of the eternal life, eternal fame. Their soul, their name, their suffering, pain and suffering, last forever. Okay, unless without but for this Salem witch trials in 1600s Massachusetts, America. Yeah, if that did not happen, maybe their name in alternative universe would have been forgotten forever. But it happened, okay? Innocent death, innocent people being executed. They go to heaven. Now their names will be there forever in Wikipedia, movies, novels, some historical notes, books. Okay. Yeah. Innocent death, lasting forever. If that did not happen, they could have been long forgotten forever. Okay. So their sacrifice, their parents were suffering, it was not in vain. In the eyes of humanity, okay, just one way to look at it. Okay, so we'll take 5 minutes of break. Okay, okay, okay. We talked about this before, so it's just a review, some concept in humanism. Right. Okay, so one final remark about the Salem witch trial in Massachusetts, America, back in 1692. Okay, yeah, it's ideological possession. Okay, ideological possession that paralyzes this rationality of people. They had this Harvard graduate well, back in 1600s. Harvard was a very small school in Massachusetts. Okay, Boston, Massachusetts. But they're highly educated people, okay? They're church officials, government officials, even governors of Massachusetts, okay? They were possessed by this big ideology, which huntism, right? It paralyzes their rationality, okay? They did some very absurd things back in 1600s in America, okay? What's happening nowadays in America? Year 2021, 400 years later. Yeah, we are doing better, okay? Because nobody's getting execution on the tree, hanging, like Salem witch trial, okay? But still, there's some difference and some similarity, okay? So, yeah, some absurd ideologies, bad ideologies, possessing people's mind, mainstream dominant ideology, like witch huntism back in 1600s in America. 400 years later, yeah, there's some bad ideologies that's possessing people, majoritarian people's mind and head and brain, paralyzing rationality of them, right? Yeah, LGBTism is absurd, okay? Tattoo piercism, absurd. Sugar fetishism, absurd. Post January 6th, pro Trumpism, absurd because what he did was not excusable at all, okay? In the Republican Party. Or the Democratic Party, yeah, BLMism, okay, absurd, right? Capital B, yeah, black supremacism when they write this lowercase b for brown and lowercase w for white, okay, absurd, right? And it's possessing their mind in year 2020 in America, United States, paralyzing their rationality, okay? Post January 6th, pro Trumpism, they still advocate for former President Trump when what he did was obviously wrong. Okay, so, but nobody's dying on a cross or hanging on a tree. Okay, so America is doing a little bit better. Okay, but still, uh, we see some parallelism. Right, it is getting better. Okay, because I'm not dead. You're not dead. We are not being hanging on a tree for this objection and all, okay? Yeah, we're still alive, okay? So America's still doing better, okay, than 400 years ago. But still, there's some more room to improve upon, okay? Yeah, LGBTism, okay? People lose their job. They do not lose their life. They don't get hanged on a tree if they oppose LGBTism, sugar fetishism, marijuanaism, tattoo piercism, okay? Look at me, I'm still alive, right? I'm against all that stuff. I'm against post January 6th pro Trumpism too. I'm against it. He did something very wrong. Okay? But I'm not hung on a tree, right? So America is doing better, okay? Because back in the days, 400 years ago, yeah, they would hang people on a tree if they object to mainstream ideology, okay? That's how it was back then, 400 years ago. Yes, in America, right? Like, yeah, in during President Barack Obama's era, yeah, people spoke against LGBTism. Some of them lost their jobs, but they did not get death penalty. Okay, so in that sense, America is doing better, right? But still, there's some room to improve upon, right? That's what we are doing. That's our mission. Okay. As a current generation, we are doing our job. Okay, founding fathers: James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, and the what's his name? $100 bill. Yeah, the Thunderbolt. This rod. Benjamin Franklin. Okay, yeah, they did their job. I think they did very well. They're not perfect people. They still owned slaves, which was bad. Okay, they were wrong on that account. Okay, but yeah, they were very dumb to own slaves. James Madison, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, on their account owning slaves, African American slaves. They were wrong. Okay, we do criticize them over that. Okay, they were wrong, right? But uh, they were not perfect people. Okay, there's some good part and bad part. They made mistakes. They went along with this slaveryism, enslaving African Americans. That was very wrong. Yeah, they were wrong on their account. Okay, but there are some good parts in them. Okay, because they established the U.S. Constitution. They did not abide by it. They said Thomas Jefferson, all men are born equal. Okay, but he owned slaves, African American slaves. Self-contradictory, Hippocratic. Okay, but yeah, people are people. Okay, we have goods and bads. Do I lie? Yes. Do I make mistakes? Yes. People are people, don't you? You make mistakes. Like Mr. Jesus said, okay, we are all sinners. We make comments. It's human condition, okay? So people are people, okay? So yeah, let's forgive and forget, okay? So cherry pick, okay? They have some goods and bads in the past. All the dead people. We recognize their mistakes, their errors. About future generation, okay? They will see us 100, 200, 1,000 years later. They will look at us. They will laugh at us for our mistakes, our errors. Let them, okay? But we'll say, there's some good in us, okay? Yeah, we made mistakes. We are sorry, okay? But there's some good things that we did. Please appreciate some small good things that we did. Future generation, okay? Because you are future generation, right? Yeah, you'll make mistakes too. Your own future generation, they will criticize you too. Because it's human limitation, human condition, okay? So we are being made very mathematical generalization, alright? So it's all the same, okay? Past, current, future generation, yeah, we all make mistakes, alright? What we do, we look at past generation. That's what we can do. We cannot see the future generation, how they will be. Okay, we only look at past generation. Okay, we see some goods and bads. We reject the bads. We take the goods, and we pass on to the future generation. We create some our own stuff, and we pass it to the future generation too. Future generation, they will see us, and they will see some goods and bads. Let them. Let them correct our bad stuff. Let them criticize us, future generation, okay? But let them take the good things that we conveyed to them, future generation, from the past, and some good things that we came up with our own things. The product of our current generation. Okay? Let them take the two and pass it on to the future generation. Right? That's human history in a nutshell. Okay. All right. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Right? Thank you.